Okay, it shows that it's connecting, and we are live, it looks like. Are we? It's loading. Yeah, I just gotta change the thumbnail. I forgot to change the thumbnail. I'm just gonna change it to something simple for right now. Pretty much. This is called not being 100% ready. This is called having to post things um, after you go live because you don't get the link. You don't get the link until you actually go live, which doesn't make a lick of sense to me. I think I'm already on Twitter. Actually, yeah. All right, I'm just posting now. Hold on, I'm not looking at anything at the moment. I'm posting. Ooh, excuse me. All right. Now it's got to post it to Discord. And then we'll be ready to go. So, yeah, just bear with the 5 minutes of rambling. Okay. The real chat. Oh, whoops! I actually accidentally just tagged somebody in a different server. Apparently, also has a name Casey. Might need to fix that. Okay, fixed. Yeah, I was gonna say do the Sonic one on like Wednesday, because the AEW is on Friday again. So figured it would give us something to do on Wednesday. So what is up, guys? My name is the Rose, and we are live with Casey is Raw again. We are talking about E3 once again. We have the schedule mostly panned out. E3 is only, well, I mean, you guess you could say it's about 5 days away because today's just about over. And, some of the E3 schedule is still not scheduled yet, but we're going to go over what is scheduled, and we're going to go over what I plan to cover live on the 4 day extravaganza. Casey, if Casey's available, which I know he won't be available for all of it, but when he is available, he is obviously, hopefully, going to be with me. So we got the schedule. We're also going to talk about how some stupid shithead got himself canceled, or rather deleted, by Nintendo, and he now owes them $2.1 million. And we're also going to talk about the God of War Ragnarok game getting delayed until 2022. So, Casey, before we get into any of that, you said it looked you got a game in the mail, and you said it looks like somebody wiped their ass with it. Looks like a big fucking somebody dipped it in chocolate syrup. If you put it in your NES, it might fucking blow up. I just, I, goodness. What's up, Mikkel? Thanks for coming by the stream. Mikkel's in the chat. How about that? So I just posted a screenshot of what you just of that bootleg ass game on Twitter. TSS responded to it. Hopefully he shows up in the chat. So he hasn't showed up yet, but maybe because I know you told me he wanted to be part of the E3 talk. So if he pops in, he's welcome to join us on Skype if he knows how to do that. But Casey, you mentioned this weekend you have the plan to do some gaming. So let's go over this E3 list because it's pretty massive. So I'm not gonna mention all of this because some of these on here are like lesser known, and I'm definitely not gonna watch every single presentation. I'm only gonna cover the big ones. So well, Sony's not gonna be at this one. So the big three this year is gonna be Nintendo, Microsoft, and probably Ubisoft because people are actually looking forward to seeing that one. So no, nope. They pulled out of E3 starting in 2019. They haven't been at E3 in 3 years. No, not yet. I mean, they had a state of play last month, but that's the last thing they did. But so we got the schedule here. I'm gonna go over the entire schedule, but I'm gonna tell you that obviously I'm not covering all of it. I'll tell you what I plan to do. Some of this is only on Twitch. Some of this is also available on Twitch and YouTube. Can't hear you. What? Oh, really? Oh, okay. Hold on a second. Yeah, I think I know what the problem is. All right, talk now.
What's up? Can you guys hear me now? Oh, you know what? I'm not even. Maybe I'll re-show that thing off again.
Yeah, because obviously they couldn't hear you. Can you guys hear Casey now? I think I fixed the problem.
TSS says yes now.
Okay, yeah, I fixed the problem. Because when I do my Let's Play recordings, I have it on two. I have the audio on two different channels. This way, I can edit the audio appropriately instead of having everything on one channel. So yeah, I kind of forgot to set that audio channel for the stream. All right, Casey. So real quick hot take about that cartridge that you stuck up your ass.
That looks like it was stuck in my ass. Like, once again, it says entertainment computer system, and the label has like a fox kind of character with a like a musketeer kind of looking. And what I like on the, it has a back label to it saying 190 games in one. Super 191.
Super bootleg.
But yeah, pretty much that's exactly what it is. The bootleg. So
And it looks
and
like it was like I said, it looked like somebody smeared fucking chocolate syrup on it. Maybe they got hungry and tried to eat it.
and look, well they have it's all tape residue. It's almost like someone opened it and they couldn't close it, and then they ripped off the tape later on. So
Alrighty, so we're gonna go over this E3 schedule. Like I said, some of it was only available on Twitch. Some of it is available on both YouTube and Twitch to watch. And then obviously in between E3 sessions, Casey is planning on some video game streaming this weekend. He said he's going to put up a poll for you guys to determine what you want him to play. Maybe you want him to play with himself. We'll see how that goes.
well, that'd be by myself. But I was saying that I'm gonna do put 3 up there saying, do you guys want me to play reproduction games? Do you guys want me to play European PAL games? NES games, I mean. Or I'm really looking to is playing some Neo Geo games on the like 161 on one cart. So I'm actually looking to do that. So I figure give some people some options. Plus, I mean, I had so many games to do that I just didn't like. I wanted to do it, just never had. I feel like don't have time to do it.
All right, so let's pull up the schedule. First, on June 12th, which is this Saturday, is the first day of E3. We have the Ubisoft Forward presentation, which will begin at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, and it is only available to watch on Twitch. Of course, the highlight here is going to be on Far Cry 6, possibly some Just Dance, which nobody gives a shit about, possibly a new Assassin's Creed. So that's interesting. We have Devolver Digital Direct, which I'm not going to cover this one. That one will begin at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time on Saturday. That press conference, if you want to call it that is available on both YouTube and Twitch. Games planned for that is Phantom Abyss, possibly Hotline Miami 3. Then we got Gearbox Entertainment. We like Gearbox, at least I do. They used to make Gears of War until Microsoft took it away from them. They also work on the Borderlands games, which I am quite a fan of. Start time Saturday, 5 p.m. Eastern Time. Only available on Twitch TV. I will be covering the Gearbox event because I am a fan of them. We might get new Borderlands 3 DLC, which that game has been heavily supported, so maybe not. We don't know exactly what they're going to be showing, but yeah, Gearbox, I like them, so I'm interested to see what they have planned.
Eh.
The final presentation on Saturday will be the Guerrilla Collective. Casey, you probably want to beat them up. You don't like Guerrilla. You want to beat them up.
Oh, is he any relation? Are they related to Gorilla Strong? That's the problem. I mean, if they are, well, yeah, no, I'll be okay with them.
So the Guerrilla Collective is the last showing on Saturday, June 12th. It'll be 11 p.m. Eastern Time. That's pretty late, Casey, and I'm not planning on covering an indie studio anyway. No offense to indie games, because some indie games are pretty damn good. But I'm just not interested in covering indie games, especially that late at night.
No, I mean, usually all the good stuff they make little tiny videos of it anyway. So if it's something good, we're gonna hear about it anyways.
Sunday, Derailed Day, Sunday, June 13th. Start time, 1 p.m. Eastern Time. This is a big one, Casey. Xbox and Bethesda are going to have their big showcase. It's probably going to be at least 2 hours long. Looks like we might see some stuff along the lines of Bethesda's big games like the Elder Scrolls 6. We'll probably get some Forza news on the Xbox side, maybe Halo Infinite news on the Xbox side, since we haven't really heard much since the last
Well,
time they mentioned it got delayed.
and they probably won't say anything until next year. I mean, they delayed it till next year, right?
Right, but I'm saying they might have like maybe show us like some kind of progress that they're making on it.
I doubt that. I bet they're gonna wait until next year to show anything.
So the Xbox and Bethesda showcase is available on both YouTube and Twitch. Personally, I can't wait for that one. That's essentially the biggest one on this list for me so far. Square Enix will go live at 3:15 p.m. Eastern Time on Sunday. Also available on both Twitch and YouTube. Probably going to see some more stuff on Babylon's Fall, which is a new game they're working on. Maybe some Life is Strange, True Colors, which is the newest game in that series. Maybe Final Fantasy 16, stuff like that. Then we got the PC Gaming Show at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm not going to cover this one because I'm not a PC gamer, and the PC Gaming Show is pretty much they pretty much use their time slot to just show off like new tech, new PC parts like new graphics cards, new gaming processors and stuff like that, motherboards, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm not interested in covering that. And just talking about it's making Casey yawn, so we already know how he feels about it. So again, that's at 5:30 Eastern time this Sunday, available on Twitch and YouTube. We have the Future Game Show, which is another indie developer thing. That's going to be at 7 p.m. on Sunday, also available on Twitch and YouTube. That's obviously not going to be covering that because by then we'll be getting ready to wind up on Derailed. Warner Bros. Has their showcase on Sunday, but we don't know when. It's only available on Twitch. We know that much, but we don't have a time yet. According to the ESA, Warner Bros. Games will be featured on Sunday, meaning the possibility of Gotham Knights, Back for Blood, which I'm personally interested in, specifically mentioned, as well as the WB Publishing, which I hear WB Games actually just got bought out very recently, but I forgot who did it. That might be that'll be a topic for another show, possibly. I'm not interested in looking that up right now. Let's see. Randy Viper, what's up, dude? Over under, how many times will Todd Howard mention the Xbox Bethesda partnership?
Probably once.
No, you think? It's gonna be. They're
Well,
gonna
I mean,
mention it so many times. I'm gonna get sick of hearing it.
I don't know. I'm thinking once. Say we're joining forces and shit like that, and then, well, I mean, are we talking about like Bethesda and Xbox is gonna do the new Doom or Wolfenstein? I mean, if they keep saying that over and over and over for each game, then I think they're like, we team up with Bethesda, and these are the games we're gonna put out.
Randy's having fun joking around with us in the chat. First,
Yes.
first he says I was his favorite, and then he retracted his statement and said you're his favorite. How sweet. Monday, June 14th, Capcom, or as a lot of people refer to them as Crapcom. Start time, we have no idea. It's not announced yet. Available Twitch and YouTube. Maybe we'll hear something about DLC for Resident Evil 8 or Resident Evil Village, whatever you want to call the game. Maybe some more information on Street Fighter V DLC because there's a few more characters they have to release yet. Capcom, hey, a new Mega Man game would be nice. Take Two Interactive. We also don't know when that one's going to start. We're off to a great start for Monday schedule. Take Two will be available to watch on Twitch and YouTube, and they're going to be looks like they're going to be talking about Red Dead Redemption 2 online, GTA online
Oh,
updates. So maybe possible mentioning of GTA 6. But
and that,
why would they be talking about it? Because Rockstar Games covers all that stuff.
yeah. TSS is saying that WB Games is merging with Discovery.
Right. Okay. There you go. Yep. I knew I saw something about that a couple days ago. I just couldn't remember who it was. So apparently, I don't know. I guess it's some kind of gaming division Discovery has, or something like that. But or maybe it's a
That's
different.
shock.
Maybe it's a
That's
different kind of Discovery. I have no idea.
Oh no, I bet it's the same company who does Discovery Channel.
Can you
I
imagine
mean,
Mortal Kombat being owned by the Discovery Channel? Come on, man. That's fucked up.
well, they do have like this Discovery store selling a bunch of shit. So
So back to the schedule. We have Freedom Games, which is another indie developer. Will not be covering them. 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time on Monday. Next Monday, the 14th. Available to watch on Twitch and YouTube. And I don't know who Razer. I don't really know who Razer Keynote is. So safe to say, I'm not covering them either. They will be on at 6 p.m. Eastern Time on Monday. Also available to watch on Twitch and YouTube. Finally, the last day, and probably the next day I'm looking forward to because Monday really doesn't seem to have much of interest. Although, when it comes to Monday, I will be covering Capcom for sure. Um,
yeah, Capcom. I mean, I'm curious what they're gonna put out. I mean, so I'm just curious. I mean, I definitely would watch them.
so we have on Tuesday, which is the last day of E3, June 15th, starting at 12 p.m. Eastern Time. Casey, unfortunately, you'll be working, so I guess I'm going to fly solo on this one. Unless I could talk Drew into maybe coming on with me. I'm actually going to try to do that. So we have 12 p.m. Eastern Time. We have a Nintendo Direct that's going to be about 40 minutes of what they said is quote unquote mostly software related. Now, why would they say mostly software related if they don't have something up their sleeve about a new Switch or an enhanced version of the Switch or
Where
something?
where does that say? They say that is mostly.
Yeah, it's they
It's on
posted it.
their Twitter.
Yeah, it's on their Twitter. Yep, exactly.
All
I
right.
forgot who retweeted it. It might have been TSS that retweeted it, but I saw it. And it says mostly software related. It's about 40 minutes. And then after the E3 Direct, we're going to have a 3-hour presentation of Treehouse Live with some gameplay of upcoming Switch titles.
No, it's what it says. Roughly 40 minutes of focusing exclusively on the Switch software, mostly releasing in 2021.
Okay,
It
so
didn't.
so I had it mixed up. Casey on the correction there. Good point. I had it mixed up, but it says mostly releasing in 2021, so they could
I
still
mean, that's.
throw in that hey, new Switch coming 2022. They could still throw that out there.
I'm thinking if they don't do it here, I think that's it. I'm done waiting for them announcing the Pro. I mean, shoot, uh, it came out the Switch came out in 2017, so we're in
2022 is I think the right time to release a new Switch. It's the 5 year
yeah,
mark,
but
so
well, yeah, well, we're did we complete 4 years or we're heading towards four
no, we
years right now?
completed 4 years already. The Switch is in its 5th year. March of next year will be 5 years. So I think it's time that if they have something planned, they release it next year.
Yeah, I don't think if they don't announce some kind of a pro this time around, like on E3 or before, I don't see it happening.
Next up, in the last presentation of the event will be Bandai Namco, which will be available on Twitch and YouTube. We don't know
Uh,
when that one's going to take place yet, but it's another one that I look forward to covering. I'm a big fan of Bandai Namco when it comes to games like Tekken and the Dragon Ball games and some other anime games. They actually do a lot when it comes to anime titles. I'm actually really surprised about that. But possibly we might actually learn what the fuck Elden Ring is, other than seeing the freaking logo. Possibly an announcement for Tekken 8. You know, I could only hope. The new Tales of Arise game might be there, and Scarlet Nexus, which that's another game I'm looking forward to, which thankfully will be coming to PS4 because I don't have a PS5, and Lord knows I probably won't get one this year. I'm gonna have to call Sony and beg them to give me one.
Now he's saying that Randy Piper's saying Casey is Raw, not watching Raw. Maybe he should change his name to Casey is Fortnite with Kev with a question mark. Well, I mean, I was actually kind of watching Raw. I was mostly listening to it and falling asleep when the Rose called me.
Hey, I said I would call you after I was done eating, and I finished eating, and I was setting up the stream, and then I bothered you to see what's up. So TSS says that his main event is going to be Tuesday, and I'm not going to lie. You know, as much of an Xbox fan I am, I've been a Nintendo guy since I was a fucking child. I am very much looking forward to Nintendo, probably the most. So
I
I have to
agree.
agree with him. Tuesday is the
I
main event.
I agree. I mean, let me ask you a question. There's rumors they're thinking between now and when Nintendo announces on the direct, they're going to announce the Pro. Do you think that's possible, or
I
you think?
I think it is possible because look at the way they worded it. It's roughly 40 minutes focusing on software mostly releasing in 2021. Now, it
Yeah,
doesn't say anything about hardware, but it doesn't mean they can't slip that in there. You know,
yeah.
an announcement for 2022.
I mean, they did lie before. They're like, "Oh, we're not going to have no hardware come out for this certain year," and like a month later, they released or they announced the Switch Lite.
Exactly.
So
So I have. Let me put this up on the screen. Actually, I
and
actually.
I still think the Switch Lite is just bullshit. I mean, unless they had, I mean, it is bullshit. If they gave it capabilities to plug to the TV, then I wouldn't bitch about it. But when they took that out, to me, it's like that's just bullshit.
So I have here on the screen a statement from Santa Monica Studios regarding the God of War game. I pulled this one up so I could read it to you verbatim, and I can't flub it like I just did with the Nintendo announcement. So this is regarding the new God of War game, which pretty sure it's called Ragnarok. At least the last time I checked, it was. So it says here, and I quote: "Since the release of the next God of War teaser last year, we've been humbled by the amount of love our community has shown us. We we're incredibly grateful to see so many people excited to experience the next chapter of Kratos and Atreus' journey. We remain focused on developing a top quality game while maintaining the safety and well-being of our team, creative partners, and families. With this in mind, we've made a decision to shift our release window to 2022. Thank you all for your continued support. We've got some exciting things in the works that we can't wait to show you." Santa Monica Studios. Now they also work on the MLB game every year, so
Well, you know what? I didn't even think it was coming out this year, anyways. So, I mean, did you did you see an announcement for it's supposed to come in 2021?
no, I never saw anything. They like they said in their statement, the only teaser they released on it was last year, and that was it. It didn't have a
Yeah,
release date or anything, and we really didn't get any news on it
we didn't even get a year. So to me, I
until
was like,
now. And now we know it's delayed. They didn't even need to tell us it was delayed because they never told us it was coming this year. If you think about it.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, I mean, I'm okay for them delaying it. Like, I seen someone say before, and I hear it before, like, a delayed game has potential to be great, while a bad game is bad forever.
Look at well, that's not always true because look at Cyberpunk. That game is a fucking disaster, and it got delayed 3 times.
Oh, that's why they said the potential to be great.
So, God of War, hey, I'm all for it, man. Especially, right now the PS5 is still extremely hard to come by. So, hey, if you're gonna delay it until next year, by then the PS5s at some point next year will be more readily available. Hopefully,
Maybe.
finally on store shelves. Um,
Oh, I mean, what's crazy right now? I went to Vintage Stock, and I actually went to this one a couple times, like this week, and then like sometime like maybe Friday, and they still had the same one up there, but it's the whole thing where you had to pay $750 for the PS5, and then you had to pay freaking 2 games and the controller. I'm like, fuck you.
so basically, they're selling a bundle, kind of like what Best Buy and GameStop are
Yeah,
doing.
bundle with adding on top of 250 on top of the bundle.
Yeah, that's a little much. I mean, I
Yeah.
understand why they're doing it. It's so like some asshole won't buy it and just scalp it, but
So, I mean, they're scalping it to us.
I mean,
I'm
you're
like,
not wrong, but I'm saying like GameStop and Best Buy, that's why they do it. They're doing it that way to help deter the scalpers because the more you have to pay for it, the less money that they'll make when they do scalp it.
well, the thing is, they're trying to combat that with, like, you buy one at a time, but they're having these bots. I'm sure they're making a bunch of counts from these
Oh yeah,
bots.
the bots are never going away. That's another reason why Best Buy they put them up and they're listed as pre-orders, and you have to go to the store to pick it up. A bot can't go pick up a console now, can it?
No, but if someone is a reseller or oh god, what's it called?
No,
Price Scout.
they make you show your proof of your pre-order. They ask you about the card information and everything when you go to pick up a console. Doing it that way, Target's the same way. They're doing it that way to try to circumvent the bots because fuck them.
Did you hear that one right there?
No, and I don't want to hear any more of your fucking stop talking out of your ass. Uh oh, oh, my computer froze.
uh, did it? Because I heard you saying that, and it looks
No, my screen literally froze. Oh wait.
looks like we're still going.
Oh, my mouse froze. My mouse shows that it's on, but it's not working.
Yeah, it says we're still going.
Yeah, my mouse is on, but it's not working.
They should sell and
About
so.
that, I hit the microphone. Was this the mouse?
I agree. What with TSS? Why don't they just sell it in the fucking stores already? I mean, like
Okay, there we go.
you go up to.
I had to unplug and replug the mouse in. Now it's working again. Whew, that scared the shit out of me. That's never happened to me before on my computer. That is weird. But the reason they're not selling the PS5 in the store is because of the chip shortage. The chip
No, I
shortage.
mean when they do sell it, I mean why don't they have it in the stores?
What
I mean,
I suggested, and I was telling my mom and my brothers this a couple of weeks ago. What they should do is take this whole month, the whole month of July, and like wait until like the end of August or maybe the beginning of September.
mm,
Stockpile all of your deliveries that they're putting online every week. Stockpile them in their warehouse, and when they have a couple thousand of them, then send them out to the stores. Even if every Walmart and Target and Best Buy only gets like 3 or 4, it's better than putting them online and have some asshole take them than somebody who actually wants the damn thing. But they're not doing that, and I think they should.
Oh, don't they send a few of them at a time, anyways?
Not in the stores, but to the retailers to sell online. Yeah, they're sending out like a handful at a time. That's why I'm saying instead of putting them out every week or every 2 weeks when they get them to sell online, they should stockpile them in their warehouses, and when they have a couple thousand of them, then send them out to all the stores to put on the shelves. They should take the whole summer, and that's what they should do. Do it in like the end of August or sometime in September, and just release a massive stock of them.
Yeah. Alright. What else we got on the docket?
So we got, holy shit, dude! I feel like we've been talking a lot, and we're only about 37 minutes in. I might have to pull up a makeshift list just
Nah.
just to fill in the time. So Nintendo shut down another ROM sharing website. Surprise, surprise. And wait till you hear the reason why this time. This one is certainly a different story. In September 2019, Nintendo filed a lawsuit against a Los Angeles resident, Matthew Storman, for his over his operation of the website ROMsUniverse.com, which offered downloads of Nintendo Switch scene ROMs, whatever that is, and other copyrighted game files. Nintendo said that the site had among the most visited and notorious online huts for pirated Nintendo video games for over a decade. Storman has admitted that in 2019, the site made up the bulk of $30,000 to $36,000 a year in revenue. This included direct revenue from sales of premium unlimited accounts for $30 a year that provided users with faster download speeds and no download limits. By the time Storman signed a September 2020 agreement with Nintendo to shut the site down, he said he was deriving $800 a month from the site. So this guy was making $800 a month from this website that was making him around $30,000 a year because he was selling premium accounts for $30 a year so that people can download as much as they wanted and weren't restricted to slow download speeds. So this guy was not only putting up pirated software, but he was also making money and charging people for downloading the software. If they wanted unlimited downloads, that's fucked up, and that's something that out of all the other ROM sites Nintendo has taken down, I think this one is the first one that's gone about doing that.
Well, actually, making people pay for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's the big one that Nintendo. They like not to have people pirate their IPs.
Not only that, but then they're charging people. The website, it was optional, but obviously, if you got the free account, I'm guessing you're only able to download like, maybe one or I don't know how many files per day. Whereas if you bought the $30 per year account, you had unlimited downloads and faster download speeds. And this guy was making like $30,000 a year, $30,000 to $36,000 a year on that website, and he was making $800 a month off of the website alone for hosting and sharing copyrighted content.
And the lawsuit was like something like $2 million worth of damages.
Yeah, he's gotta put out that, but I'm getting to that. During a deposition through Nintendo, got Storman to admit that he had uploaded Nintendo's copyrighted ROM files himself, obliterating any attempts at a safe harbor claim against attempted Storman's defense based on the first sale doctrine also failed to go anywhere, since the site was distributing copies rather than Storman's personal property. Storman also angered Nintendo and the court by failing to respect in order to provide communications with his website administrators and data showing how many times each of the pirated games had been downloaded in September 2020. Storman said the data was no longer available, leading Nintendo to allege that he had destroyed it. While Nintendo originally claimed that the ROM's Universe website was responsible for hundreds of thousands of downloads, the number was lowered to 50,000 based on evidence. Let's see. Gleaned from screenshots of the website, Nintendo argued each download costs between $20 and $60 on average. The cost of a new game, that it's basically the cost of a new game, and that it had therefore lost $1 to between $1 to $3 million in revenue. So they're claiming Nintendo's claiming that because of this website, they lost anywhere between $1 and $3 million in revenue because this guy was basically selling their property.
Well, I mean, well, if it's brand new games, you could say $60 a game. But if it's the old school ones, I mean, how could you say that's lost profit? I mean, some of these games not even on. I guarantee you, a bunch of these not even on the eShop at all. I mean, maybe on the Wii U eShop.
Isn't the Wii U eShop shut down, or is it still up?
No, it's the Wii eShop is down.
Oh, okay. So the Wii U one is still up.
Yeah.
So here's the judgment of this entire thing. In providing summary judgment for Nintendo, the judge suggested that this was a clear case of infringement on which there is no genuine issue of material fact that plaintiff owns the copyrighted works and defendant copied the works, while Nintendo sought $4.41 million in copyright damages, or $90,000 for each of the 49 games. So $90,000 per game for 49 games. The judge lowered the amount to $1.715 million, which equals $35,000 per game that was on the website. So again, 49 games. The amount should be sufficient to compensate plaintiff for its lost revenue and deter defendant who is currently unemployed and has already shut down the website. The judge also awarded an additional $400,000 for ROM Universe's use of Nintendo trademark box art, down from a massive $11.2 million demand from Nintendo. Damn, so they were looking to try to get this guy for almost $16 million.
Well, I mean, that's what they did for Blockbuster. It was kind of like that. I mean, when Blockbuster was getting sued by Nintendo, they couldn't get them because they bought the games to rent them. So when Blockbuster started to copy the manual and put them in there, Nintendo sued them because they were copying the manual. So
yeah, I remember that. Yeah, the gaming historian talked about that, right?
Yeah. So Nintendo, they'll try to find if they feel like you fucked them over, they'll try to really
they'll crucify your ass.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, and honestly, this one really deserved it. I mean, when you charge, if you're gonna pirate games, I mean, we're not promoting that, but good lord, I mean,
if you're gonna pay to pirate a game, just buy the actual fucking game.
Exactly. At least you're helping.
Even if you're buying it, from like stores that we buy them from. Nintendo's not going to see any profit from that, but at least you're not going out there online and paying for pirated copies of a game which is illegal in the first place.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, you're just stupid to pay for uh ROMs.
So in the end, Matthew Storman was able to avoid a permanent injunction on the future infringement, with the judge suggesting that there was no irreparable harm, given the monetary damages and the fact that the website had already been shut down. So there you go, Nintendo. I mean, they were. I mean, they certainly had every right this time. I know they were
Yeah,
pretty. They were pretty brutal in the past with some other websites they've taken down, but this one really deserved it.
yeah. Well, this is going to be a unpopular opinion, but Nintendo had every right to do all of that stuff before. I mean, that is their property. That's their copyright property.
Yep.
That and so even with the like when people take games and make hacks of them, if it's still like if it has the character from Nintendo, they still
Oh,
have the right.
Nintendo goes after ROM hacks too, but there's so many of them that they don't really bother because
Oh no! I mean,
Nintendo claims to only go after games that is like damaging their revenue stream. So like, when like you remember when Mario Maker first came out on the Wii U, they
mhm,
were taking down the Mario ROM hacks at that time because people were still making ROM hacks, and there's software, that does pretty much what Super Mario Maker does, actually even better, and with so
mhm.
many more tools in the program, that they felt that it was impeding their sales of Mario Maker, so they started taking down Super Mario World ROM hacks. So they do go after ROM hacks. It's they just don't do it all the time.
And Nintendo's making some improvements. I mean, gosh, during the Wii U, they hated well, it was usually Nintendo of Japan. They don't like people playing their games on YouTube or Twitch. They would immediately hit you with copyright strikes. And while other companies learn that's free advertising.
Yeah, thankfully Nintendo doesn't really do that anymore. They do from time to time, but it's not nearly as
Well,
often.
no, not as much at all. Especially because ever since the whole Nintendo program went down, and now it's just pretty much they finally figure out, oh, it's free advertising. Oh, this is actually does good. I guarantee you, during the Wii U, if they would let those people like there's games like Mario Maker, if they would not let people without getting in trouble, that couldn't. Especially if Mario Maker was like at the beginning of the console and YouTube was allowed to use it. I think Wii U would have been way different. But
Remember when? Which one was it? Did Mario Kart 8 on the Wii U have the automatic like upload to YouTube thing?
no,
I know there's a game that was on the Wii U that you were able to like save your replays and upload them directly to YouTube.
I don't know.
And I was just thinking, like, dude, that is like such a fucking trap. Nintendo will let you upload that shit just for them to go after it as soon as you do.
Yeah. Well, thing is, some of them they were smart. All TSS says it was Mario Kart 8.
That's what I thought it was. Yeah,
I never
I
did
think
that
I think
option. To,
Smash Bros. I think Smash Bros. Had it as well.
I was not a big fan of Smash Brothers. I mean, I tried it when they came out on the Wii U. I tried it with the Switch, and just not a big fighter person.
So actually, Casey, I did have one more thing I wanted to talk about here. Some Sony fans are all up in arms because PlayStation has decided that when a few of these newer releases come out, they're also going to release them on the PS4 instead of being PS5 exclusives.
Okay, what's wrong
So,
with that?
well, some of these people are like, oh, PS5, they should be PS5 exclusive, and some people are pissed that, people that don't yet have PS5s are going to also get to play these games. I don't know what these people's fucking problem is, but this was announced last Tuesday, so I just want to go over it real quick. Sony says that Gran Turismo 7 and the next God of War game won't be PlayStation 5 exclusive. They, they will
Yes.
also be released on PS4, according to an interview with Herman Holst, head of PlayStation Studios. In the interview, which was conducted for the official PlayStation podcast, Holst shared details on what's to come from PlayStation, along with some of his thoughts on PS5 and PS4 development. Sony published excerpts from the chat in the PlayStation blog post on last Wednesday. Holst said that the 7-year-old PS4 is very much a focus for the future game development at Sony, and that the company can't and won't walk away from the the 110 million PS4 owners out there. I think that'd be a bad news for PS4 fans, and I agree. Frankly,
Oh
not
yeah,
not very good business. Also, I agree.
I agree because I mean, right now there's not a lot of those PS5 games out there. I mean, it's nothing new though. I mean, we can even look from the previous gen when the PS4 and the uh, Xbox One was out. They still had for a couple years. They had games that were going, that was on the 360 and the PS3. So this is nothing new. It might be a little bit longer, especially what happened during COVID, and the games are kind of not have that giant leap like from PS3 to PS4 kind of look. You know, I mean, even though there wasn't that much of a leap between that, anyways, but I just don't see it. I think we're probably going to have another at least 2 years of games going from play. That's also going to be on the PS4 and the Xbox One.
I mean, look at the PS3 era. Even in like 2010, there was still a couple games, not a whole lot, but there was still like a handful of games still coming out on the PlayStation 2 at that time.
Well, yeah, because I mean the
Uh,
PS2 had over 150 million sold.
Right, but in 2010, you're like 4 years into the PS3's life cycle, and they still at that point didn't lay the PS2 to rest completely. So
No,
I don't see the problem with this. I don't know why people are kind of bitchy about it. So they said Sony will continue looking at development of PlayStation games for both PS4 and PS5 for the time being. He cited Guerrilla Games' Horizon Forbidden West, which is the sequel to Horizon Zero Dawn, um, the next God of War, and Gran Turismo 7 as examples of games that will be, both multi-platform for PlayStation. Now, Xbox had already announced this last year, even before the Xbox Series X came out, that they were going to support the Xbox One still for a couple of years. And that's a good thing. And I don't remember people getting so pissy about that. And
um,
these consoles are still hard to find, so I don't
exactly.
I don't know what the problem is.
I still think with my PS4 Pro, I am not that far behind the PS5. I
Yeah,
mean,
how much better can a game possibly look between the PS4 Pro, even the base PS4? Now,
yeah,
4K graphics, like to someone like me who's got who has a visual disability, I can't fucking tell the difference between 4K and 1440p or whatever. I mean, I could tell the difference between 30 and 60 FPS. I don't know if I could tell the difference between 60 and 120 FPS, but I sure as hell can't tell the difference between fucking 1080p and 4K. Because I got a 4K TV, Casey, and nothing looks any different to me.
TSS says, hell, the PS2 was still releasing games up until 2014. I mean, I just still. That doesn't shock me, but a lot of times that's sports games, but at the very
Mostly, yeah,
end.
mostly sports and the wrestling games. And Call of Duty. God
And
damn,
those
Casey, what did you eat tonight?
fish.
Fish.
Yeah, fish. And little potato sticks.
Potato dicks?
Oh,
What?
god damn.
Oh,
I'm
jeez.
just having.
I'm glad I'm not at your house.
I'm just having the farts right now.
You might need to fumigate the place.
Oh my
See,
god,
Drew,
dude.
Casey doesn't just shit himself on your show.
Oh my god.
Now I have video evidence.
Dude, today at work, I was walking by this dude at the break room. It's like, it smelled like stale, dried shit. I was like, where the fuck was that coming from? Then it disappeared. Then I walked by to go get a soda, and it was one of the dudes that smells like shit. I'm like, good god.
Did the guy shit his fucking pants?
It smells like it.
Oh, God, that's terrible.
And this guy is a dirty, lazy motherfucker, so it doesn't shock me.
That's not good. I'm surprised the dude has a job if that's the case.
Oh god.
But yeah, Casey, I don't have anything else for the show, and we're just about going on an hour. So, got anything else on your mind?
No, I'm just getting tired. I just wouldn't mind finish off Raw and call it a night.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's a bit of a shorter show, but hey, at least we got something out there, right?
Yeah. I mean, it was fun. It just there wasn't much to talk about. I mean, we ran through it.
I mean, let me take a quick look, real quick, to see if there's anything out there today. I've been looking at some gaming news today, but I haven't seen much.
Unless there's leaks, I don't think, and I don't trust some of these leaks. You remember all those freaking, Nintendo. It's always Nintendo would have a leak.
And Sega lately.
Well, Nintendo would, someone always had a piece of paper with the releases, and then it's always, not to be seen wherever or confidential, and then it has all these games. It'll be like a game that we already know that's going to come out. Then there'll be a couple games that sounds pretty safe, and then they'll throw a couple games that are out there that there's not a chance in hell happening. So they're like, Grand Theft Auto 5 coming to the Switch.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Although with the latest, the way the Switch has been going and supporting people of all ages, honestly, I'm kind of surprised GTA 5's not already on the Switch.
Yeah, especially it runs on the on PS3 and Xbox 360. I mean,
yeah, I'm looking it up. I'm looking at some of the gaming news sites and Twitter and whatnot. I'm not really seeing anything new. TSS has actually been keeping me in the loop, especially last week and the week before when I didn't have my PC, so I wasn't able to cover it because I couldn't edit the videos and stuff. So, yeah, I'll give a shout out to TSS for that. I still haven't played Super Bomberman R Online yet, but I do have it downloaded.
I have as well.
Maybe I'll stream it this weekend or something. Maybe on Friday night or something.
That's not a bad idea. Maybe we can get together and do that.
Yeah, this wait is almost over Saturday. Up, we got 5 days, baby. You can't say
Well,
6 because we only got an hour and 10 minutes left of today. So
yeah. Well, I'm like, to me, the one I'm really waiting for is Nintendo, but there are a couple that looking for, but the biggest one is Nintendo.
So Casey, I'm thinking Wednesday night we'll do the Patreon thing. I want to get it in the can for Drew before I go on vacation. I'm thinking of part 1 of the history of Sonic the Hedgehog. I'm thinking of going over the classic Sega '90s games. You know, the first few titles: Sonic the Hedgehog 1, 2, 3, Sonic and Knuckles, Sonic
Yeah.
CD, Knuckles Chaotix, and stuff like that. I figured we could do that. Like I said, I want to do it in multiple parts. So I'm thinking it's going to be at least a 3-part retrospective. Because you said you wanted to pull out the games that you own that we're going to talk about.
Yeah.
So, like I said, we're going to cover the '90s classics on
I
part
mean, at
one.
least that's a little bit better because I was thinking about it. I was like, well, I'll pull out the '90s one. Then I was like, well, gosh, there's so much Sonic stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I'll have so much everywhere. So I'm glad you said that.
Yeah, that's why I said we're gonna do it in parts. So we're gonna do the '90s first. And like I said, I'm gonna try to talk Drew into releasing it on the $1 tier, and then maybe premiering it a little bit later when he needs to put something up. Excuse me,
Yeah.
as a free sample, so people can decide to watch the rest on the $5 Patreon tier.
I was going to say, was the sneeze a free sample?
No, the sneeze is me just having fucking allergies to sweating. Ugh. Best Sonic games, Sonic R. Oh, believe me, we're gonna get there. So
and I
yeah,
got,
we're gonna have an episode. The way I want to break it down is part one's gonna be the '90s classics, and then part two would be the 3D games, which would be Sonic Adventure 1 and 2, Sonic Heroes, Sonic 06, and Sonic Unleashed, and then part three will be the Sonic games from like the last 10 years. So that would
the
be
more
like,
modern ones.
yeah, the more modern ones. So that'd be like Sonic Generations, Sonic Mania, Sonic Forces, and then of course we got the new Sonic game, Sonic Colors Ultimate's coming out on September 7th, and then we got the new big Sonic game which won't be coming out till next year. So we're obviously not going to cover that, but we will make mention of them anyways because
Yeah.
they are coming. So that's what you got to look forward to on Patreon. I did give Drew. Actually, I didn't. I do have it uploaded, but I didn't give Drew the link yet for the episode we recorded last week. So hopefully that'll go live this week on Patreon. Casey and I talked about some of our favorite gaming stores to go video game hunting at, and what we look at as far as when we go in there, what we're looking to buy, and how to manage your money and how to spend smart when it comes to retro game hunting.
Yeah.
Uh,
So,
so with that being said, I think I covered all our bases. This Sunday is supposed to be the E3 first half of E3 breakdown on Derailed. I got to remind Drew about that and see if he still wants to do that. So that'll be this Sunday. I don't know what's going to go on now. Whatever Drew is talking about on Twitter, he says he can't legally talk about it. So, whoever knows, and whoever doesn't know is going to find out on Sunday, I guess. So,
or maybe sooner,
yeah,
but
Drew did say stay tuned, so maybe he'll make a video. I don't know. Maybe he'll do something to talk about it on his vacation. But I tell you what, man, poor guy. I wouldn't want to deal with shit like that, on his fucking vacation.
yeah, no shit.
But with that being said, guys, Casey, you got any last words before I wrap this up?
Yeah, I'm gonna put out my new tagline. For the Rose, I am Casey is Raw, and I'll catch your ass down the road.
Casey is so original, isn't he?
What? I was thinking about this for a while. I wanted a whole new tagline for when I leave. So, how do you think I like that? How do you like that one?
I like it about as much as a wet fart in church. Casey, if you play some Neo Geo games on Saturday, man, or whatever,
Mm.
I'll be interested to watch that. So just make sure that I can actually see your TV.
Oh, you'll be able to. I'm gonna put this in the game room with the big screen because I do got a adapter, a video converter that should play. Because I had tried to put this on the big screen before and it was flashing, so this should take care of that. So,
And TSS, Casey told me last week you wanted to be, uh, you wanted to be part of the E3 discussion. So if you want to join us on Skype, if you know how to work it out and call in or whatever, you're welcome. You're welcome on the show with us. It'll certainly be nice to have a third voice and a third opinion on the
well,
show.
you know what? And if Derailled's gonna be about E3, I mean,
Well, it's not
the
going to be
big.
all about E3. They are doing their murder, well, not a murder mystery. Well, they are doing their mystery show.
Oh
So
yeah,
the
the
first half is
OJ.
going to be the first half is going to be OJ, and the second half is going to be as long as Drew still wants to do it, it's going to be E3 breakdown for the first half of E3, which would be
So,
Saturday and Sunday.
well,
Obviously, you can't break down and talk about something that hasn't happened yet. All
yeah. So,
right,
or at
guys.
least,
Well, thanks for watching this video. TSS, Mikel, Randy Viper, thanks for stopping by the chat. Much appreciated. Anyone else who stopped by, thanks for watching this video. Check me out this weekend, man. I'm going to be a busy bee. I got 4 days of E3 to talk about. We got derailed on Sunday night. It's going to be one hell of a fucking weekend. I already had a blast. Those of you who probably seen me tweeting about Miku Expo 2021 about 1,000 times in the majority of a 15-hour span on Sunday. That event kicked my ass and I barely slept. So I was really tired yesterday. Casey, I told you I wasn't going to make it through that Yankees game. I fell asleep around the 6th inning.
oh, dude, yesterday I slept a ton. I slept like till like noon. Woke up,
Not me.
took took my meds, then went back to sleep till 3. Woke up and slept till 6. So I slept a lot.
Put it this way:
I
the expo that I was tweeting about, I
mhm.
was actually a part of it, and I had a hand in putting it together and helping promote the event, and making sure the digital concert and everything went smoothly.
Yeah.
So, and there was 3 concerts in the event. So the first one for me started at 11:30 p.m. on Saturday night. The second one started at 6:30 in the morning yesterday on Sunday, and the last one started at 10:30 in the morning. So you tell me how much sleep I was able to get, because I was part of the event, so I had to be there for the event and shit. So it was a good time though. I had a blast. I know it's probably not something you guys are interested in, but I figured I'd mention it anyways. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching this episode for Casey is Raw. My name is The Rose, and until next time, have a good night, everybody. So long.
Hold on, that's my tagline.